Alright, Infinity War is here! And you probably heard all about it if you haven't already seen it for yourself. And you probably heard people say that it's lit, that it's mind-blowingly awesome, that it gave them the feels, and all this kind of stuff. But what do I feel about it? Well, I do think that it's a very entertaining movie, but I didn't feel like it was the best movie ever, like a lot of the hype machine saying, and I didn't get a lot of the feels watching it, and I will tell you why. But first, let's get into the plot summary, right? After 10 years of build-up, the battle, the adventure that everyone's been waiting for in the MCU is finally here. Thanos, the Mad Titan, has come to Earth to try to get all of the Infinity Stones, all 6 of them, because if he has all of them and puts them into the Infinity Gauntlet, he has the power to eliminate a bunch of life instantly in the universe, just like Gamora said in that Infinity War trailer. Because Thanos is on this weird kind of population control trip, where he thinks if he kills a lot of people, it'll be good for the universe and like resources, whatever. The movie doesn't exactly clearly explain why he wants to do this, at least not that I got, but he just wants to kill a lot of people, and instantly with this gauntlet. And so the Avengers and the Guardians have to team up to stop him, and that's basically the plot. Now, in my opinion, the best part of this movie is Thanos himself. He has been built up as the MCU's greatest villain, and this is the first time we really see him do anything. And I felt that they gave him good character development that he needed, because since we hadn't seen much of him, in order for him to come out and be like this huge threat, we had to see why. We had to at least get into his head, stuff like that. And this movie did that for us. And Thanos is basically the star of this movie. Even though there's all these heroes, he as the main villain is the one who I think gets the most like character development and gets the most scenes, or it seems like he gets the most scenes. And I'm cool with that. I like Thanos as a bad guy. I feel that he is another one of the villains, the stronger Marvel villains who solves the infamous Marvel villain problem. You know, that when people saying Marvel has weak villains. Thanos is very fleshed out, and I like that. Now, he of course does fight a lot of people. That's another reason you want to see this movie, and you know, you get to see all these heroes fighting each other. Fighting him, I mean. And fighting with each other, teaming up to fight him. And there are a lot of cool team-ups. There are interactions between characters who would never really talk to each other. And you get to see your favorite Marvel heroes partnering up and, you know, witty banter, stuff like that. And the fight scenes are cool. However, I didn't think that any of the fight scenes were as great as the ones in Captain America Civil War. However, that's not saying much. Because saying, you know, it's not as good as Captain America Civil War isn't that big. Because, you know, there's a lot of steps below Captain America Civil War before it's a bad fight scene. And this movie, none of them are like that. They're good enough. Fine. Great. But, you know, just not like that movie. At least not to me. Now, speaking of all these awesome characters, you've probably already heard that a lot of your favorite Marvel heroes, some bad stuff happened to them, and it's making people feel emotional and stuff. And yeah, some tragic stuff does happen to people in this movie, but I wasn't really like torn up about it, because I don't think that a lot of this bad stuff is going to stick. And I can't say why, because if I talk any more about it, I'll get into spoiler territory, and I want this to be spoiler free. But basically what I think is, because Marvel usually likes to play it safe, a lot of these horrible fates that seem to happen to people in this movie, I don't think many of them or all of them are going to last. And they might be reversed as soon as like Avengers 4. And I'm not going to say anything more than that. I will say that Avengers Infinity War does end on a huge cliffhanger directly leading into Avengers 4, where I think a lot of this stuff is going to be addressed. Because this is basically, Infinity War is basically like one of a 2-part storyline. Part 1 is Infinity War, which is out right now. And part 2 is going to be Avengers 4. That's coming out like next May, like May 4th, 2019. And we're not going to find out until part 4 what happens. But like I said, I think it might be a cookie cutter ending for a lot of these people, even though it doesn't seem like that now. Now, speaking of Infinity War, there have been a lot of rumors and fan theories and speculation about what's going to happen to people in this movie and the connections that will be revealed between folks. And a lot of those things, in my opinion, did not come to pass in this movie, which I was shocked and surprised by. And, you know, I'm curious to see, you know, what people are going to, if people will be disappointed by that or if they'll be fine. I think Avengers Infinity War is an actually straightforward movie that just focuses a lot on the characters whom we already know and have been established, and just having them go fight the bad guy, which I think is good enough. I mean, you don't need things to be too complicated, or else the movie would be in 20,000 directions, and it's good to keep the storyline just straight and to the point, I think. But all in all, I do think Avengers Infinity War is an entertaining movie. I don't think it's the best Marvel movie ever or the best superhero movie ever, as a lot of the hype machine will tout it out to be, undoubtedly, right now. But, I mean, I thought, for example, that, like, Winter Soldier was better, and other Marvel movies I can't think of are better. But that's not saying this movie's bad. This movie's not bad at all, not to me. I'm just saying I'm not really buying into all the hype that this is like the mecca of all movies. Because, you know, while it is very good, I wasn't really feeling that. But anyways, if you haven't seen it yet, you should go see it and find out for yourself. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.